Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Who Asked Me podcast, where I am joined by one of my faves, one of your faves, one of everybody's faves, Pet Shop Boy.
Hey guys, how are you? Sorry if I'm a little hoarse.
Oh no,
There's
you're
some
fine.
screaming.
Who hasn't scrumped a scream?
Scrum to scream.
I broke dry
Uh,
January.
Honestly, it's the only way. You
Uh,
see all these articles that have been coming out that are like, drinking does this, da, da, da. I'm like, can we not? Like, it's not.
Listen, we get it. Okay, we
Yeah.
understand,
hmm
right? But
hmm
enough is enough.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and dive into it. We are recording this on Sunday, January 18th. Nope, January 19th.
19th.
The day after TikTok went dark.
hmm Or kind of the
And
day of, right? What time did it go? Was it
um
last night?
it was last night at like 9 my
hmm
time. Yeah, Central
hmm
Time. And you know what? This is just bullshit. They all this damn plan is all I have to say. It's
Just ban it already. I'm so sick of y'all. Like, I have so
because
many. Yeah.
last night it was like we went through so many things. It was in the past week they were re-seeing it, and then Joe Biden was like, "Oh, I'm going to leave it up to Trump to figure it out." Trump was like, "Yeah, more than likely, maybe, possibly." I was like, first of all, as a child of divorce and abandonment, when I hear maybe and more than likely,
hmm
I hear that that's not happening.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, blah blah blah." I said, They didn't say yes. Y'all need to listen.
Well, it's
Listen to
back now,
me.
you saw, right?
I tried to log in and mine just says like log on to the internet. And obviously I'm on the internet, like I'm at
Yeah.
home. But
It'll be, but it's back up. I just wish they would ban it already. Because my
I,
issue with it is I low key blame it for the reason that we're going to be having Donald Trump in office tomorrow. Like,
yeah,
people shouldn't be getting it as their main news source. We gave a little
no.
real dum-dums. We made them really rich. I'm not mad at everybody. I mean, obviously there's like small business owners, all that stuff, but
Hmm.
my issue with is just like the misinformation and the disinformation and all of that that kind of
Yeah.
get the breeding ground for. Also, I knew it wasn't shit when y'all started buying food off of there in sour pickle kits. Like,
I'm
y'all
sorry,
started buying
food. I'm sorry, food.
when y'all start buying food off TikTok shop, that's when I was like, okay, let's wrap this up.
I'm sorry. Who was buying
There's
food?
a sour pickle kits.
What the fuck is that?
You know, when they take the pickle and they do the fruit roll up and the Takis in it.
Uh-uh.
I
Uh-uh. I
know.
speaking of TikToks, I saw this one that said, you know what? You bitches want to know why the US can't have free healthcare. Why do we have cinnamon toast crunch bacon?
I
What
saw
the
that.
fuck do you mean a sour pickle with a fruit roll up around it? Wait, what do
It's yeah.
you
If everyone
know?
had free healthcare, then everybody would have like both their legs amputated. Well, I don't want to, like was it Jen Shaw's mom or whatever? Or aunt? What did Mary say? I just thought of that. Well, she drinks some water. I love Mary.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I'm
Well,
getting off topic,
no,
but yeah,
we will get
yeah.
to our stepmother. Okay, we will
Mhm.
get there.
Sister
But
Mary.
yeah, I loved TikTok. I have since I did not get my news from there. We have to bring back, have we've just gone so far, straight so far. And I hear the arguments, people are like, I don't want to watch Fox News, I don't want to watch CNN. And so I just want like straight hitting facts. It's like, that's fine. There are other resources than those
Mhm.
two news channels. You
Yeah,
must know
you
that.
can
You must
also
know that.
reading.
Yeah, oh, you took the words right out of my mouth. I'm like, you don't have
Like,
to watch the news. There are plenty of things that you can do reading,
uh-huh, uh-huh.
reading.
But see, if you just told these people that the TikTok ban was actually a book ban, then they might stop talking about it. Because MAGA have been banning those
Yeah, years and
for
years.
since forever, and um, yeah, I don't know. It's like everybody's like, but what about organizing and community building, which is obviously kind of it's a facet of it.
Yeah.
However, y'all weren't community building on there. Y'all were eating sour pickle kits and TikTok dancing and tiptoe what twinkle toes. Y'all were doing the dances. Y'all weren't using it for that. And you know what? It's like what's going to happen to community building and stuff like that. It's like I don't know what people were doing for decades,
Before.
for
Yeah.
centuries before. Like Martin Luther King, by the way, Martin
Uh,
Luther King Day
happy
tomorrow.
birthday.
Happy birthday. But like uh Selma was not organized on fucking TikTok. It wasn't on the
Right.
For You page. Like people were organizing way before this and they will long well, I hope they will long after, but it's just like we have lost the fucking plot. Like
Yeah, I mean,
ops.
those are, I'm not gonna lie, those are the things that I'm like least worried about
Hmm.
losing TikTok. I like if you organized before, you will organize again. It'll be
Yeah.
okay. Like there's still ways to get the word out. Um, my thing is, I'm gonna be honest, I like to snuggle up in bed, okay?
Hmm. Hmm.
Watch my talks, watch
Yeah.
stupid shit, okay, and
Yeah.
disassociate. But it's funny because there was something happening on the last in the final hour of some influencer that like didn't know his history. I don't fucking know, but I was like, y'all got to leave this young man alone. He knew what that he bought a house in Texas, and he was like, the reason I bought this house is because it has a guest house, and it was built in 1833.
Oh, wait, the hot guy. I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He and I said when I saw the video, I said a guest house.
The guest house. Yes, sir. Andy's
Somebody,
brown.
listen, the comments were hilarious. Okay,
Reading is
somebody
so
said
fundamental. It's
he said,
really,
were the guests allowed to leave? The
yeah,
prior
were
guests allowed
they?
to leave?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, not.
there were like, of course, then came people being like, it's important to know your history. Why would you buy that house? Why would you call it a guest house? Blah, blah, blah. Y'all have to let that young man do with
Yeah.
his property whatever he
Yeah,
wants.
at this
There was
point.
all these thing pieces of like, oh, Tyler Perry and somebody have bought plantations that their family was owned on. Good for them. This is a
Hmm.
24-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
He he said guest house. That's what he got it turned into back there. Will my black ass be there? No. Okay.
No.
No.
He is
But
fine though.
okay, you
I'll give
know
him that.
what? This is so random. I He is attractive.
Hmm.
However, I started looking at him like kind of for two reasons. One of which being he was on some podcast
Hmm.
and saying like men are the prize too. Da da da.
Oh my
Very, and
God.
I was like,
Ugh.
okay.
I,
Yeah. But the second thing is he used to date this other influencer girl who was like a little bit older,
mhm.
and she told everybody he didn't brush his teeth.
Uh, y'all, y'all have to stop rushing with the brushing. I don't trust people with like bad breath. Like if you don't brush your
No.
tongue, it's such a red flag for me. Like that is weird. Like that's
He
weirdo energy. I don't know.
No, she literally said like she made a TikTok. She didn't name him directly, but everybody knew who she was talking about because
Hmm.
they would just stop dating, and he was a great deal younger than her. Well, not great, but
Hmm.
like a good deal younger than her.
Yeah.
And she was like, he ate the cat like no other, but I had to tell him to brush his teeth. And I was like, I
Mm.
would not put those two things in the same sentence
Not eating the cat,
because
right?
you eat with your
Yeah.
mouth and you're telling us he doesn't take care of his mouth.
Messing up your pH balance. I don't know. This is crazy.
Yes, I was like,
Shit.
girl, get out, turn the app off. Okay. But, that's enough on TikTok. The only other thing I felt bad for
It's already
was,
back.
was Heidi was having a renaissance on
Okay,
TikTok.
I'm happy about that, but back on the this also ties back into like, men are the weakest link
Hmm.
because like I want to support Heidi. I streamed. Everyone should go stream. I'll do it.
Hmm.
Really, like Eternal Bob. Like since the day
It
it
is.
dropped. Yeah, it really
It
is
is,
good.
honestly.
It could be released yesterday and it would, you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
kind of perfectly fits in that like pop culture zeitgeist. Like it just sounds fresh still. But I want there to be a way for me to support her without making him rich. How can I do that? What is there a button I have to push? I because I'm firmly Team LC. Never
Yeah.
strayed.
Oh, 100%. I don't know
Yeah.
how anybody could be Team Heidi. I don't.
There's a ton of people, and there's a lot of revisionist history going on right now. People have been like online bullying LC. They're like, why don't you support Heidi? I'm like, she is not friends with those people. Are we forgetting that Spencer Pratt was one of the first and foremost offenders of revenge porn?
Yes.
Yeah, like he
Oh
literally sold a story
no.
to Perez Hilton about a fake sex tape. But let's not forget that,
I will never forget when that came out. I was
I'll
like, this
I'll
was
never
huge.
forgive or forget.
I want to forgive you and I want to forget you. She ate with that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yes.
hate a friendship breakup. I really do. It hurts my heart. And Heidi, she was one of my early lessons. And like, you can't save all your friends, okay,
Yeah.
from the men. If
Hmm.
they are going to be with them, they're going to be with them. It does not matter what you say.
Get
All right.
around that man, but I'm tired of,
You know,
and she's
the
like,
go ahead.
that couple is like the personification, like they put like the actual personification of move. Like move, stop bringing your boyfriend places. We don't like your husband. We don't like your boyfriend. Stop bringing them to parties. Stop bringing them to red carpets. You can leave them in the car. Just crack the window a little bit. Don't bring them in the house. We don't want to hang out with your boyfriend, your
You
husband. He
know,
sucks.
you know who's really good at keeping her boyfriend off to the side?
Oh,
Or her, I guess now her
Zendaya.
fiance. Yes.
Yeah, she's really, yeah. He knows
Because
his place too.
Tom don't want to be there and get
And
over
he's
there.
pocket sized too, so he's easy. Just like put him right over there in the corner. He fits right in the corner.
Not pocket size.
He's
Oh my
he's so cute.
God.
He's a good guy. Like I feel like you could just tell. And you
No,
could tell
he
he
is.
brushes his teeth.
And he loves her. Okay. And he
Hmm.
loves her off to the side. They'll like pan the camera over to him and he'll be like,
Hmm.
I'm like, see, that
Love that.
that's how it should be.
Who's a
Okay.
good who is a good like housewife husband that respects the rules of the game where like they don't try to clog the red carpet appearances with the wife and they
Uh,
play their position. They stay out of the way.
that's a rarity now. That's truly a rarity now. Like I
I feel like
fear
Pavitt is that. I like
uh,
I like yeah.
let me say this.
Because
I don't think Pavit's like too into the space or anything like that. I have just given
yeah.
up on Roni, so
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I had to block them out. Okay. I had to block them out. I'm so done with each and every one of them on a different level
Mhm.
that no, thank
I
you.
was trying to go through my head of all the cities, but then I got to Beverly Hills and I realized they can't keep men on that. So
There's not a
nobody
man
got
on
men on
that
there.
show.
Not man.
Not nan
And
nary
you
the
would think
one.
I would love it because of that, but it's actually like to me one of the worst franchises.
Mm, and we'll get to them. I
Okay,
want to
yeah, sorry.
say the house husbands who like know their role are just unfortunately maybe extinct. We had Greg
Yeah.
Leaks. We had Greg Leaks, okay, who
Hmm.
he
Yeah.
RIP. He was never doing too much. He was there to support Nene.
He was fucking around though. He was fucking.
Okay, but that wasn't on
I
cam.
know. And Nene was cheating back too.
Bitches is mad, bling
Bling
bling.
bling. She was cheating back. Good for her.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, even in
Not
that
like
era,
Robin's dumbass. I'm like, Robin, cheat back a little bit. Damn.
I would love nothing more. There's a list of women that I actually would love to see cheat. I would
Hmm.
love to see it, and I would support
I would
them.
love for the
I
yeah.
need to, you know what? I need to write that list down. Robin is one of them, though.
Robin is absolutely one of
Robin
them.
is one of, I
Yeah.
think I said like a long time ago, like, Robin, you have to fuck one of his friends or something.
I know. Look at the Grand Dame been cheating back.
Can we touch on this really quickly? Because we've connected in the
Queen of
DMs
cheating back.
about,
Hmm.
we've connected in the DMs about Kern, but we haven't talked online about it.
Hmm.
Kern.
Yeah. What do
First
you
off,
think?
Potomac in general is,
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing. I was excited at the beginning of the season. I really liked Stacy. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this feels good. Now, Mia and Jacqueline and Ashley kissing, going to Atlanta, inking her bro. I can't. I can't. I can't.
It's so low-based bullshit. It's like in the gutter. The only redeeming quality of that show, or the redeeming factor of that show right now is Spacey Stacy. We love her. Kierna, I was like hopeful for, but obviously I found out that originally she was not filming as full time, and then they
Yeah.
moved her into that position. I think originally it was Jazzy was supposed to be full time.
Interesting because we haven't seen her.
Exactly. But I think it was like early on they did the
Oh,
switcheroo. Yeah.
okay. I do
Um,
remember hearing that on online that Kierna wasn't full time, then they made her full time. I was like, okay.
but just like all over the place. It's just like it is
Hmm.
really I wish they would just maybe take a really long break, really figure
Yeah.
out what's going on there. I don't know.
I don't know either. It's Mia. I know
Let's
Mia's got to go. I know
Yeah.
Mia's
Oh,
got to
that I
go.
know one thing for sure.
Mia and Jacqueline gotta go. Jacqueline online talking about, I see y'all making fun of my clothes. It's you, beloved. It's not your clothes. That just your clothes
We
sometimes
just
catch
don't
a
like
stray.
you.
Your clothes sometimes catch a stray, but it's not your clothes.
How do
It's
you
you.
like make Sheen look shittier than like you make it look cheaper somehow? It's
I
always like
cannot. I
it's
mean,
just I
it's too much. It's too much.
it's too
Too
much.
much neck to Quita. Okay. I really can't. Every time Mia opens her mouth and starts saying something like, girl, you mean to tell us you were like, I don't know where my kids are. I don't know where my kids are. And then you're just like, oh,
Going to
okay. I need a
Atlanta.
shot.
And then going to Atlanta after the trip is just it's creeping me out. I don't like it.
And then her and Ink have broken up.
Leave us out of it.
I
Like
don't want to know. I
I don't
don't
want to
care to
know.
know. Mm-mm.
Everything I've learned about me has been against my own will, so I don't know what they're going to do with the franchise. I hope that the rumors of a Real Housewife of Rhode Island is true.
Oh.
Have you heard of this?
Mm-mm.
There's rumors that they were filming a pilot of, I can't confirm or deny this, but
Yeah.
someone was where I read it, but there was I know I'm like sound like Wendy Williams allegedly just
We have to
spreading. Oh my God, yeah, that too.
I,
My mother. No, but there's like rumors of a Real Housewife of Rhode Island. Apparently they were casting for like a Southern Charm type of show.
mm,
And then I think they ended up finding more housewives types and then rolled into kind of a, I don't
mm.
know. This is all alleged. And I
Alleged.
read it in
Yeah.
a lot of kind of spaces where it's usually like verifiable, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But until I actually see something, but I would love that. Oh my God, that would be such trash. Give me
I
New England trash. Give me,
I'm not familiar with Rhode Island, but I'm gonna trust you on it. I
it's gonna be, it would give like very much season one of New Jersey.
okay, alrighty.
Like
I
Italian American trash, love,
Oh, okay. All right.
love. Very
Yeah,
much
I'm
my
with it.
culture.
Yeah, I'm with
Very
it.
much, yeah.
I think that they should have done that besides, or rather than do like Dubai, because
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I never got into Dubai.
No, 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 no. Mm-mm.
I and Salt Lake City was great or is great.
Amazing. Yeah.
So let's keep it stateside for now. But they are doing Real Housewives of London, I think. I saw that. But I don't know if that's going to
Hmm.
be on Bravo or if it's going to
It's
be
on a different, like a sister network. I forget what it's
that's
called. It's
what
one of
that's what
those.
I
Yeah.
thought. But you mentioned Wendy Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy Williams did an interview with the Breakfast Club this week. First of all,
Hmm.
can't stand the Breakfast Club. However, if you know your herstory, if you know your herstory,
She's
Wendy
responsible for it.
Wendy Williams is the reason we have Charlamagne the God.
Mm.
She was
No
literally
one's
his mentor.
perfect. Nobody's perfect.
She was his mentor. Okay, she plucked him about of Monk's
Yes,
Corner,
he's
South
like
Carolina, and made him what he is today.
the Dr. Phil to her Oprah.
Yep,
Mm.
100%. And she said all the things that she knew to be true. She knew Diddy's day was coming, that he needs to rot,
Did he
and
done? Did he done? When she said
and
did he done, I was like, Wendy's back.
she is. And a lot of people were saying that we need to be having a free Wendy movement the same way we had a free Britney movement.
Hmm.
Listen, I have my feelings about conservatorships in the first place. I
Yeah,
do not think that they should be placed on people. I think that it needs to be harder for them to place them on people
for sure.
because the way we've seen them is it's mainly to take advantage of. I understand like why we have them, right? There are
Hmm.
people in need that really do need people to take care of their money and like all of those things. I just don't think Britney Spears and Wendy Williams fell under that guise. I listen, I don't want to go down a Britney rabbit hole, but
Hmm.
that we know that they did stuff to her, right?
Yeah,
Like they
yeah.
they they drugged her up. Wendy Williams, everyone was saying that she sounded fine. We need to free her. People are taking advantage of her. And that's when I saw that clip of I think
Hmm.
she was in the wheelchair and she was yelling at somebody and she was like, "These people are making fucking money off of me to get
Hmm.
me to where
Yeah,
I need to go." I said, she got a point. She got
yeah.
a
She
point.
got a point. I don't know. It's always tough with those. And also I think like Britney's conservatorship is very different.
It is.
It was on set in totally under totally different circumstances, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
because they're like her family initiated that, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
right? Wendy
Yeah.
Williams is, from what I understand, initiated by the banks because
Yeah.
of spending. So, which is very odd that they could have the,
Power.
it's
Yes.
capitalism.
Yeah.
She definitely sounded like she was a little in a loop during that interview. But then again,
When is
she's
she not?
not she's not a spring chicken either. She's a little older, you know. I mean, there could be a number of things going on, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I think she should at least be with her family. So,
That's my point as well. I found it when I started reading about it. I was like, the fact that these are not
yeah.
people that are her family and people that care for her, that's what the red flags
Mhm.
are going off in my mind. Not necessarily that the family knows best, because obviously we see in the Britney Spears situation, that's not the
Mhm.
case either.
Yeah.
But the fact that, like you said, and initiated by the banks and these people who really don't have her best interests at heart
Yeah.
and are not even blood related to her, like, come on now.
I love her cousin, or not her cousin, I'm sorry, her niece,
Hmm.
Alex, the one who's
Yeah.
always kind of organizing
Around.
all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But oh, as always, best to Wendy
You know,
whenever.
I'm always happy to hear her.
I am. I
I
am.
miss her every day.
I do too. We need
She,
her.
she would not even know what's happening with the tick. She'd be like, the tick tack, what is this?
She probably
Clap
doesn't
if
even
you
know
know what
what. Yeah, clap if you care. She probably doesn't even know what TikTok is.
right. Absolutely not. She don't have a phone.
No, she probably doesn't even know what it is. But it's okay. We love her. We love to hear her. We love to see her.
Hmm.
Okay, moving on. Let's get into Salt Lake City, because this I feel like
Oh,
this is going to take up the most of our time.
uh-huh.
I always have to give you your tins when we talk about Angie K,
Oh, I love her.
because you said from jump, let her cook. Let her
I was
cook.
in the mud. I was in the
Let her
mud.
cook. I listen.
I
She
love,
didn't have to cook long for me. She really didn't. But you were so right, because oh my God,
what a gift.
my Angie, my Angie. What
She
did we do
is
without her?
she is in the pantheon of great housewives in such a short period of time. Not only is she gorgeous, right? And she's
Hmm.
like self-made and she doesn't need this show, but she has a way of conveying emotion. And I mean
Hmm.
this like
Yeah.
earnestly. She has a way of conveying emotion and her feelings in a way that feels authentic, not
Yeah.
rehearsed.
Hmm.
Um, for instance, when whether she's talking about her mother's struggle with alcoholism, and you know, when she talks about that, you can't help but tear up. I mean,
Hmm.
honestly, the only times I've really cried watching Housewives has usually been watching her scenes.
Hmm.
That scene with her and Mary, when she was talking to Mary, I mean, she just has like such a, and Mary does too, but it takes more to draw out of Mary.
Yeah,
But I don't know, there's just there, but I think Angie's just like such a great orator and such a good like conveyor of emotion and a
she is.
communicator. She's really good for this kind of like she adds value to that. And I think Bronwyn, by the way, is also good too. I don't
I
like love Bronwyn, but I think
Yeah.
that
We'll get to how I feel about Broadway, because I
okay, yeah,
agree with you.
yeah.
I don't love her,
Mhm.
but the hate that she's getting from Lisa Barlow stands, it's old, okay? But
Well, I think it's really like I think if someone's I mean, listen, I think Lisa Barlow is funny. I actually love them all. But
hmm.
anybody that doesn't like what's the word I'm looking for? Just like it's like so absolutist to be like,
Hmm.
I like Bronwyn, so I have to hate Heather. And I like
Yeah,
Heather, so I have to. It's like you can like multiple people at the same time, people.
exactly.
And it's something about a Lisa Barlow fan to me. I'm so sorry because y'all gonna drag me because there's probably people that like love Lisa Barlow on here. But
Probably not. I
if you
don't
like
like
are
her.
an intense Lisa Barlow person, it's like the same people that like were intense Monica Gar.
Hmm.
It's a
Yeah.
red flag for me
Yes.
because you should be able to
Same.
like everyone equally. And it's like,
Same.
I find that typically it's the Lisa Barlow stands, it's the
Hmm.
Erica Jane stands. Those are the people
Yeah.
that like are kind of so nasty online. You have to like
Hmm.
mute them. It's
Yeah.
never that serious. But
It's not, and for me, well, I'm going to take this back to Angie K really quick. I
oh
agree with
sorry, yeah,
you. I
yeah.
think
I'm going
and
over.
she comes off so kind to me. This is so random, but she
Yeah.
was like getting out of the car or something, and the guy opened the door for her, and she was like talking to the driver, and she like said his name. She was like, "Thank you, so and so," and then she like
Mhm.
touched the guy that she was like, "Oh, thank you." She was like, "How are you today?" I said,
She
"You are kind. Like
she
you."
remembers people's names in real
Mhm.
life. Like she
Yeah.
is that person. She remembers birthdays. She sends you a card. She's that person.
I said, you
Um,
are kind. Like that it's refreshing to see. And I
it's
listen,
nice when housewives deserve to get the attention
yes.
that they, you know what I mean?
And listen, somebody reminded me the other day because I kind of blocked out last season and like the Jen Shaw of it all and this and the Monica of it all.
She's getting out
But
early, did you
I
see?
saw, I don't want to see her on the show
Don't, yeah,
again.
don't, I don't think they ever will. I don't think
I
she'll
don't
be
think so
back.
either.
We are so
But
far past that.
we
Like,
are, we are. But
yeah.
somebody reminded me, they're like, Angie K can really zing you. Because when she told Monica, with your Range Rover in a carport,
Under a
I
carport.
I re-laughed all over again.
She said, spending your kids' money on bags that you can't afford. I was like, oh my
With your
God.
Range Rover in your carport. I said, I forgot she said that to her. And that really was a read because
Ate her
a
up,
Range Rover and a carport, honey, is
told her about
crazy.
herself.
Is crazy. And then that would Range Rover was your mama's. Okay.
Yeah.
With your
Hmm.
crazy ass mamas. But no, I agree with you with Lisa Barlow fans. I also think that Lisa Barlow takes a page out of the Kyle Richards playbook. And I have to ask myself, like you ask all the time, what do we actually know about Lisa Barlow? I don't
Yeah.
actually know much about Lisa Barlow except for
Yeah.
her fast food order and the fact that she wears designer and like you
Which,
know what I mean?
which, you know what? Like, I mean, on a dynamic cast, it's okay. I guess you can kind of do
Yeah.
that role, but for after a while, like, uh, it's really clear that these newer women and even
Mhm.
Mary are like showing way more of their lives.
Yeah.
They're being so much more emotionally raw. And I don't
Hmm.
think that like Lisa really like is capable of that.
No, she's not.
And
She's
that's why she
very,
keeps having these
very,
freakouts. Because she
yes,
realizes that I'm not, her
yes.
time is kind of it's clicking.
You get it. Okay, you get it.
Yeah.
That is why she keeps having these freakouts. She's very dense, right? She's very shallow. And that is fine. But
Yeah.
for me, I think if you're going to be a housewife that's shallow and just like super dense, doesn't have a lot going on, you got to know your role, right?
Yeah.
Lisa wants to be too involved, wants to be the center of everything, but like, girl, you're not sharing. And I to be honest, I don't think she has anything to share.
I don't think so either.
I don't think
Yeah.
there is any depth there, and that's okay. But stop acting like, you know, oh my
Hmm.
God, like this is so serious. Her one kid has a tummy ache. Like, girl, it's
Yeah,
okay.
I think we're gonna see like kind of the axis like pivot a
Mhm.
bit in the next season, I feel. Because people, I think obviously Bronwyn's gonna be they're gonna keep everybody. We know they are.
I
I even
hope
hope they keep
so.
Brittany.
I was
I think
with
Brittany
you.
is so entertaining.
I no, I was with you as
Uh-huh.
well, honestly, until the video recording thing. I found that to be,
Yeah.
and honestly, not even the video recording because that shit was funny. Mary, get her, Meredith.
Get her, Meredith.
You know, and if you look at Mary, Mary was having a good time back there. She
I
was
know
like,
she was giggling. It's just a little
she
black
said,
lady
get
in
her,
the back
Meredith.
not engaging.
You do
Get her,
it
Meredith.
again.
It
I
was
no,
given like Rosa Parks in the back of the bus when the white girls used to fight on public transit. Get her,
exactly.
Meredith.
She
She's just
literally
sitting in
said
the
it
back.
was
Love
hilarious.
it.
Where I'm irritated was the just like letting it go and
Hmm.
then
They
talking
did
about
like let it go pretty quick.
like, oh, me and Jared are having sex. Like, what? Like,
What?
no,
Mary
you
goes,
need
"Are you okay?"
no, even when she got off the bus, she was crying. They're like, guys, she's crying, she's crying. Mary said, so?
Mary
So?
is tough.
She said, we've all
Mary's
been through
very
that.
tough stuff. Yeah.
We've all been through that. And she's right. They all
Hmm.
have had moments where the rest of the group has ganged up on them and it's not fun. The difference is, though, the other times everybody has been ganged up on, they should like explain themselves. Brittany, you were recording them.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah. She
recording
still
them.
lies to this day about it.
Yeah, and I think that I'm happy Heather said this at the table, but when she said, "Can you believe this guy up and Adam, the blogger, has access to
Mm.
you? The fact that he can call you, the fact that, y'all are giving him access to you, that is a problem." I said, "Thank God somebody said it because the
Yeah.
unwritten thing I feel like in Salt Lake City is almost like Jersey, which is
Hmm.
that
Way too much.
they do talk to bloggers.
Hmm.
They do talk to bloggers. They use them to like do their dirty work. I listen, I don't even know between when it comes to Whitney and the guy and Lisa and the guy, I don't actually care. I just know that Whitney was getting on Lisa's nerves this year, and it was very funny.
On her fucking neck. There
It
is
was
something
very
so
funny.
interesting about Whitney because she'll be quiet the entire season, and in
Hmm.
the last 15 minutes, do the most iconic, mean-spirited shit. And I know that the pointing, you will never get me off of Whitney. It's something about her. She does it at the right moment, and it's
No, she
like,
does.
and she activates Lisa like in a way that no one can. It is just something so,
It is so funny.
it's
It
so
is
funny.
so funny. It's so entertaining. I'm not even necessarily the biggest Healing Journey fan. I call her Healing Journey.
No,
I
I don't think
just
anybody really is. I've never really met a Whitney Stan.
But you are correct. Like
Yeah,
she is
yeah,
so entertaining. She will be, and she has no problem being loud and wrong, which sometimes do appreciate.
yeah.
I sometimes do appreciate, and I do appreciate the fact that she stays on Lisa's neck because I think Lisa should be thankful because
There's
Whitney
nothing
gives
else,
her,
yeah,
yeah,
something to
Whitney
do.
gives her beef.
Yeah.
Like she gives her beef, and it's really comical to me.
It's just
Them
funny to me
fingers.
because that one season that they were like really good friends. And then to go from that, it's just like,
Yeah, I
remember
don't.
that season? That
Yeah,
weird
that
season where
was
they
so
were
random. That was so random. That
Yeah.
was right after the whole hot mic moment. And I
Mhm.
think it irritates me with Lisa because like you're talking, she read the text message. Read
Who
the
had the
text
best
message.
text message? Angie K did.
Angie, no, oh, Angie K had the
Tay did.
because I'm thinking of like because like when I think of Mary's text message about Heather, it was not bad. It was still coming from a place of love. You
It
know what I
was,
mean?
yeah. She
It
was
was
more hurt, clearly.
Yes, exactly. It was still coming from a place of love. Heather's text about Whitney was she called her all types of trashy house.
She really did. But
But
Bronwyn's really cut to the white
oh
meat.
yeah.
She said you parentify your kids,
Oh yeah.
you trauma dump. Yeah. I mean,
But Angie, you could tell Angie was just pissed and having a key. She was pissed and having a fucking key.
listen, one thing about Angie, I think she's the actually Bronwyn is the closest that we'll have to a gay man
Yeah,
on that
those two
show,
for sure.
but Angie too is a little bit of a punk because
hmm
she because she's like got one foot in the grave and one foot on the banana peel. I was like, what are you? What the?
My thing is
So
the
that she
while
had
she
her
was
feet
reading
kicked
it,
up while she was texting.
she
Just
was hot. Okay.
yeah,
When she and then when Broadway was reading it, Angie was like,
yeah,
she was like,
so
damn, that
good.
was she like you could tell in her mind, she was like,
Try not to laugh.
she skimmed through it. She was like, oh yeah, I said this. Blah blah. But
Yeah.
then when it was read out loud, she was like,
Ooh,
I guess I
Angie's
did
greatest
say that.
hits.
She was like, I guess I did say that. Let me ask you something. Would you read a text out of your phone? Would you let that happen?
Oh, for the show? Hell yeah.
Mm.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to take a page out of the Lisa Barlow book. Meredith is fake. That whatever, like, oh, Meredith
Yeah.
can't let this go. That's all y'all would have gotten out of me. Okay. You're not looking through my fucking phone. We're not doing this.
I
I'm
don't
not
think
doing
Lisa
this.
has the vocabulary to go in the way that, see, that's what I'm talking
She
about with
doesn't. She
Angie.
does.
Angie
She
wrote a
does not
fucking
have the
essay.
vocabulary. Lisa is can. Oh God. You know what irritates me about Lisa? She has rehearsed reads. I hate that shit. And when
Mhm.
she does not land the plane properly. Like I listen. I hate to sound rude, but Lisa like sounds like she was a slow reader in class,
It
right?
dropped on her head.
Because even when she starts to go
Mhm.
off on somebody, she's like, "Oh no, you know what, Whitney? You know what? You're a dumb bitch." I'm like,
I'm fake. I'm fake. It's, I don't
I'm
know.
like,
So like,
Lisa, what? Even when
I
she was
will
reading that
miss,
text, I said, Lisa, read the text to yourself first. Read the text to yourself first. Because I also, would you
yeah.
have read the text about you out loud?
Hell yeah.
I no, I would have read it first. I would
I'm
have been
messy.
like,
I'm messy. Yeah. Like,
I would have read it first, and then honestly, depending on what was in it, I would have been like, you can have this back because I'm not about to
imagine
read
if they
this.
would have done that shit on Mob Wives. Sharita would have been like, when these cameras go off, we're meeting
Get up,
outside.
Karen.
Get up,
Get up,
Karen.
Karen. Okay. Oh God, I love that woman. But
Yeah.
no, I
Mhm.
like I was just like, Lisa, you're so mad about it. You're like, Sean, da 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 blah, 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 blah. I'm like, just stop reading it out loud then.
That was crazy
It
about the
was
jerking him off.
crazy
And I was like, oh my God, that was a little
because
too specific to not be, it was too specific.
I
And she
think
got a little too hurt by it.
thank you.
She
Thank
got
you.
a little too hurt by
That's
it.
what I said. And honestly, I said, that's not even that bad. That's just how you and your husband possibly get down. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
maybe somebody pointed out, they were like, she was like, but they're Mormon. I was like, but Lisa likes to say she's Mormon 2.0. She owns a
She
liquor
was
company.
cursing
She
more than
drinks.
anybody else in the,
Exactly. She eats
yeah.
fast food. Like, so I don't necessarily want to hear that.
Yeah.
But I said, that's not even like a character thing. Like, okay, you
Yeah.
and your husband get a little
They
freaky.
just, and they just said he got a hand job. It didn't say he was shooting up the club.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, but I agree with you. It's specific and it's the
It
way
was
in which she read it. What to me, her
she
face
threw the
read
phone. She
her.
threw the
Yeah, she said,
phone.
"What the fuck is that shit?" Her face did read to me like, "Oh shit, how the fuck
Yeah.
is this shit?"
She was thinking back in her head. She's like, no, which one was that?
No, literally that
Because serious.
that was my thing. And then she just did this volleying thing, which I didn't
Mhm.
find funny. Angie K was the receiver of the text message. She did not send that text message. Whitney sent it. So why, oh, are
Oh,
you
okay.
saying, oh, I heard Sean does circle jerks?
Oh, is that why she went? Oh, okay, that makes sense then. Well, not
Yeah.
really. It doesn't make sense, but I mean,
Yeah.
I can see why she tried to go after
Yeah. She
because
was
Angie
like,
was,
she was
huh.
the receiver, but like, babe, I didn't say that. Why would you bring that up?
It is crazy how these women talk so much via text message. Because I thought, I mean, I was under the pretense that you're actually not, well, I mean, obviously people are going to text, but I
Mhm.
don't think you're really supposed to talk when you're not filming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of these, that's what it's supposed to be, but obviously that's not
Okay.
the case. But they generally don't want you to talk when you're not filming,
Oh,
so that
okay.
all of things can be
Hmm.
dealt with on camera.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
know you don't watch Love Island, but that's how it is. Like on Love Island,
yeah,
they are filmed like 23 out of the 24 hours of the day,
yeah, yeah.
but they have like lunch breaks and they say like of course in the house where there's the only
Hmm.
place where there's no cameras and they
Uh-huh.
send them over there and like the girls have to be with the girls, the guys have to be with the guys and they can speak, but they cannot talk about anything going on like in the
Yeah,
villa. They cannot talk about like how are you feeling about your relationship? How are you feeling about this? It has to be like, so what's your mom's name?
yeah,
Like it has to be. So a lot of times the contestants, they're
yeah,
like, we'll just eat and then
yeah.
like not say. And like that's the only time also that they're not forced to talk. So they were like, a lot of times that's when we'll just like sit in silence and disassociate.
Hmm.
But yeah, so that makes sense. But yeah, I somebody had a theory that the text messages actually sounded like producer prompts. So like they were like those sound like text to producers. Like the producer was like, "Okay, tell me how you feel about this person. Tell me how you feel
Oh,
about this
I didn't
person."
think about it that way.
I was like, I could kind of see that. I don't
I think they
yeah.
were speaking with such candor that I think it could
Hmm.
easily be each other though. Like they really do be talking
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And I think a
Um,
lot of those come from places like when you're mad. Now, I want to first of all, my favorite one, Brittany, Mary, I wrote this about you. I'd much rather go to tea with whoever than Mary. Mary said, "Okay, yeah."
okay.
She
Yeah,
said, I don't even know when were we supposed to have tea?
I
I don't want
know.
to do that with you. I said, Mary, you are so me coded because yeah, I didn't want to do that with you in the first place.
Mary's so funny because she will hold a grudge to the end of time just because this woman and what's the intimated that she might be poor.
Exactly. And
Because there's nothing that pisses Mary off more than someone thinking that she might be poor.
exactly. And
Obsessed.
speaking of Mary, let's just get into the Mary and Angie scene. It was honestly, truly
Yeah.
so it came out of nowhere too. I was like watching it and I mean I teared up. I really
Yeah.
did.
Oh, I cried. I didn't even tear
Such
up like a cry.
it was such a good scene just like
Yeah.
in friendship
Hmm.
and in just like conflict resolution, which this group does have an issue with.
But like Marion, like well, Angie has a way again, going
Hmm.
speaks to how she communicates, but has a
Hmm.
way of breaking down Mary's walls where I
Hmm.
kind of like obviously Mary is quick to cut someone off, but
Hmm.
then you kind of understand the psyche behind it, like
Yeah.
why she is. You
Hmm.
totally get why Mary is the way she is. And there's something about Angie, she can speak to her and get
Yeah.
through there in a way that uh these other women either just don't do the labor to do,
Hmm.
try to get to understand Mary.
Right.
But yeah, I thought it was really touching.
Well, you know what? I also
So real.
realized that Mary was like like disassociating and she was not taking part in that blogger conversation. And then I thought popped in or a memory popped in my mind. That blogger that they're talking about up in Adam, he did that interview with Mary's mom and stepdad all those years ago. That's who did that. Yeah.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
a negative painted her in a negative light.
Oh, it was not good. I can't believe I don't understand how somebody's mother could
Yeah.
get on there and say those things that she said about Mary, do that interview in general. It was after season
It was the
one.
same blogger.
It was after
Who is this?
season Up and
Who is this
Adam.
person? Now,
Up
who
and
is that?
Adam. We'll talk offline.
Okay. I don't know
Yeah.
who these people are. And if you up and at 'em or whatever, don't get on here and try to come at me. I don't even know who the fuck you are. So, but I fight back. So
No, it's just it
I
is.
don't know who that
There's
is.
they're too involved in things, and
Mhm. Yeah.
but what do you want to see from Salt Lake City next season? Who do you want to see back? Who do you want to see?
I want to see, I don't want to see them change a thing. I want to
Okay,
see the exact
yeah.
same cast. And Brittany is a friend of, I don't think she needs to
Hmm.
be full time, but she needs to be in the mix somehow. But
Hmm.
I want to see definitely more Mary. I think
Hmm.
we've only cracked the surface. I have so many questions about the church still. We never see Robert Sr. I would like to see more of that. I want to
I
follow Robert Jr.'s journey.
I don't think we don't see Robert Sr. because Mary doesn't want to see Robert Sr. You know how they always say, like, oh,
Yeah,
these women, Bronwyn, for example, came on this show to get a divorce. Y'all think Mary came on this show to not
yeah,
Mary watched Housewives. She was a fan of Housewives. Mary knows how it works. Robert Sr. is off somewhere and Mary is quite okay with that. I
yeah.
think in my mind. I want to see everybody back as well. I
I
oh
would like
I
to
wanna-
see a little more Whitney. I know that sounds weird to say because I'm not
yeah.
really a huge Whitney fan, but there's stuff about her and I don't know what's
Hmm.
up with her and her husband.
Yeah.
They keep saying there's something
I
going on there. I
I
don't really
yeah.
know, but I'm interested in seeing more of her. I think the way she activates Lisa is just so funny to me.
It
It's really like a missed opportunity that she was barely there this season.
it
I would
is
like to see
really
what's going on
funny.
with her.
Well, and because I like thought back to last year. Oh, you know what? It just popped in my mind. Their like
But
disconnect of their relationship was she had that friend that died, passed away last year. Whitney did.
oh yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah,
Lisa, she said everybody had reached out, and Lisa was the only one that was like, she didn't reach out. And then when they did talk, she was like talking about herself. And Whitney was like, okay, I'm done. And
yeah,
it's like, okay, on brand.
yeah,
Again, all the Bronwyn hate, I'm not understanding it. I think she had a good first season. Not everybody's going to have like, come on and have a knockout first season, but I think she had a good one. I think
I think she
Bronwyn
had a
is
really good first season.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
Bronwyn is very calculated, and I understand. I wish that she would just let go of the relationship that her and Lisa had, but at the same time, if I was friends with somebody for 10 years and then I come into, we start working together and I see this side of them, I'm going to be confused. I think that's what
yeah,
we're seeing with Bronwyn and Lisa. She's
uh-huh,
like, is this for the show? Like, is this? I
yeah,
think she's just confusion. She's trying to get it. And we also kind of have moments where we see Bronwyn trying to get it. Like she's like, okay,
yeah.
I'm on a TV show. Like I have to like.
The only critique I have about Bronwyn is that I think that she kind of holds on to stuff a little too
Hmm.
long. Like these women move very fast.
Yeah.
They get over
Hmm.
stuff very quickly, and
Yeah.
she kind of moves at a Beverly Hills pace where it's like she gets upset about things, and then we
Hmm.
talk about it for 2 or 3 episodes. When
Yeah.
3 episodes, Angie's like, "Girl, we'd have moved on. We are fighting about something else now."
Yeah. You got to
Like,
keep up.
keep up, baby. And
Yeah.
I hope that Bromley kind of gets on that pace. Again, I think that the best thing I've ever done is mute so many of these people that talk about these shows and give Bronwyn the hate and all that stuff. Because like, there's
Yeah.
only a few people that I'd like enjoy watching on social
Hmm.
media. Yeah, obviously
Hmm. Thanks.
you. Um, on TikTok, even though that's going to be the bad place soon, there's his name is Tell the Bees.
I
Have I spoke?
love
I love
him.
him.
I love
Obsessed with
him.
him. Yeah, he's one
Even
of the few good things.
have
And
you
there's
seen
another
his
girl, by the way. Wait, let me look her up. Wait,
Have you seen
sorry.
his American cheating like segment that he does tell to
Yeah,
the beast?
yeah.
It is so good because like
He's
it
so on
is
point.
so true. American cheating, I was like, this needs to be a history lesson. I love like like old school like documentaries and stuff about like old Hollywood and stuff like that. And I was on a flight recently and they had it had TV or movies or whatever. And so I was watching the is it Elizabeth? No, not Elizabeth. Yeah, it's Elizabeth Taylor. The one she was married to, her first marriage was Conrad Hilton, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it's Elizabeth
Yeah.
Taylor one. And I was like, this is really, and she kind of like sparked the American cheating scandal because she slept with her best friend's husband after her
Hmm.
husband died. And
Yeah.
it's like how we rewrite history and these great love stories that actually started as affairs. I love his
Yeah.
whole I love him. I really do.
He really is. I was trying to look up. There's another girl. I wish I could, because I think I would love for your listeners to also look her up. I think her name is like Prozac Barbie, I want to say. She's Asian and she is
Prozac Barbie.
I'm gonna find her. I'm
I
gonna
don't think
find
I've
her and I'm
heard
gonna
of
send it
her.
to you.
Okay.
But she does breakdowns as well,
Mhm.
and she just like fucking gets it. And
Yeah.
she's just like very matter of fact. And she also has like a lot of really interesting takes on like the new Roni, because she's
Mhm.
like still watches it, and she's like, "This is what the problem is," and
Yeah, all of
there are
them.
many. Yeah.
All of them are the problem. Okay, all of them. But
Yeah.
let's go over to Beverly Hills because
Mm.
I need. Listen, Kyle got to go. And I rarely say this. I rarely say a housewife has to go. I'm not a Lisa Barlow fan, but I don't think she needs to go. And I think
Mhm.
that's a lot of times with my content, people will be like, "Oh yeah," I'll say like, "Oh yeah, I didn't like what so and so did." They're like, "So and so needs to go." I'm like, I didn't say that."
Well, I don't think that, yeah, I'm the same. I don't think
I
that Kyle is like offensive in any way that I'm like, get her off the TV. But
no
it's
no
just
no
like,
no.
I think she'd
It's
be
run its
happier if she
course.
wasn't. Yeah, I
It's run
think
its
that,
course. And she does not want to share anymore. I said this. We don't actually know why Kyle and Mauricio are getting divorced. We
yeah,
actually don't know. She did not tell us. She does this thing where she gives us a little bit, and then we fill in the blanks. But that way, when she's sitting at a table with Garcelle and Sutton says, "Well, you had infidelity." And she says, "What are you talking about?" No, I didn't.
like, I'm
Because
like, what are we doing?
she never did tell us that. She
Yeah.
said there was trust that was broken. She said I've had arguments with him about messaging people on Instagram, but she never said he cheated on me. She never said I fell in love with Morgan. She never, even when she's like,
Mhm.
their producers are asking her about kind of like, her sexuality and the Morgan stuff. And she's like, I had to have a conversation with my daughters and blah, blah. I'm like, what did you talk to your daughters about? What do you mean you
Yes.
had to have a conversation with your
Be more
daughters?
specific.
What did you talk about? Like
But
what
I'm at this point, I'm just over the teasing of it all. I'm just
Same,
like, you know
same.
what?
That's
You
why I say she
go
needs to go.
go be happy.
Yeah.
I would like to see a reboot of that show, but in a sense that maybe like of LVP. I don't even love LVP really, but I think that could be something if Kyle goes away, they could bring back LVP
Oh,
to run that show.
interesting. I don't
I think she'd
I
be
was
open to
a
it. If Kyle left, I think she'd be okay coming back.
I was a big LVP fan. I've kind of like moved on. You know what's so funny to me though is
Mhm.
how these dynamics have changed because Kyle was on something. I don't know. I didn't watch it. I just saw a clip going around the internet. And somebody was like, LVP said she's open to a rekindling friendship with you. She just needs an apology. And Kyle was like, "Who said that I want to rekindle a friendship with her?" And I was like, "This is kind of like you and Dorit. You are like, Dorit needs this and this, and I'm so mad at her." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think Dorit's mad at you too, babe.
Yeah.
Like
Good. Yeah,
Dorit's mad
yeah,
at you too. Okay,
yeah.
like
Yeah, yeah.
we gotta put some things in perspective. What do you think
Yeah.
about the dynamic between Kyle and Dorit and how that's kind of like gone the way it has?"
I mean, I'm really enjoying Dorit.
Hmm.
It's no secret. Everybody is.
Yeah.
Anyone with eyes.
Oh, 100%.
Um, I like it's clear that it was like a show
Hmm.
friendship. They
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's a coworker kind of friendship. And I think that but I think for Dorit it meant more
Hmm.
to her
A
than it
hundred
did for
percent.
Kyle. I think Dorit strikes me as someone who doesn't have a ton of friends outside
Mm-hmm.
of the show.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they would have brought her friends on.
Yep.
Kyle
Mm-hmm.
seems like she has a really large
Ton.
group of girlfriends and her
Mm-hmm.
like she's always posting about them. Good for her. But I think that Dorit, she has a very like smaller life. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that so I think yeah, it's like I can understand why she's like upset.
Yeah. I
Um
think Bose cracked it 100% when she
I
told
like Bose,
Kyle.
by the way.
Oh, I like her too.
I like it too,
I
yeah.
like her too. Bose cracked it when she said, I have a bunch of different friends. She said, and sometimes I have friends that like I mean more to them, like I am their best friend, and it's because I
Yeah.
am one of their only friends. And
Yeah.
she said, you two see the relationship differently.
Yeah.
You two see the relationship differently. Now, I will say this. I think that Kyle is very manipulative because she is Big Kathy's child. And I think she knows the people who attach to her and really care for her, and she is kind of their only friend. And I think that she does
Hmm.
play into that. And
Hmm.
she does the punishing. She even admitted it, right? She's like,
Yeah.
okay, I know she is very, very aware. She's a smart woman. She's like, I am one of your only friends, and you've pissed me off. Now I'm going to punish you with that. And I do feel for Dorit because I feel like everything Dorit is just trying to say is getting twisted by Kyle
Yeah.
because Kyle doesn't want to look like she is in the wrong whatsoever. Kyle's like, "You think I'm inappropriately communicating with PK?" She didn't say that, Kyle. She said, "Are
Yeah.
you
She's
texting him?"
yeah.
I
Yeah.
like I've been through something similar. I found out like one of my friends or somebody I thought was my friend was in same spaces as like my ex-husband and knew certain things and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. That's crazy. And
Uh-huh.
they didn't see a problem with it. And I'm like, okay, we see things differently, but that doesn't
Mhm.
mean I'm wrong. She's not say I didn't say that y'all were being inappropriate. I just think that that's interesting. These people are going through 4-hour therapy sessions, which first of all, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no.
1 hour,
Mm-mm.
hour and a half tops. Okay.
Yeah.
4-hour therapy sessions. He is yelling at me in these therapy sessions. Like,
Uh-huh.
and you over here sending memes and jokes and ha-has, he's,
Yeah.
which is more
No.
than that. You read the text
Mhm.
out loud. Like it's
Yeah.
it's more than that, Kyle. Okay.
Mhm.
It's just and then to like kind of like be spinning the block on Mauricio and acting as if nothing happened, blah, blah. You literally told us a couple episodes ago that he replaced your picture with the Dancing with the Stars lady's picture, who he was caught kissing.
Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? If you don't want to be upfront and forthcoming about what's going on in your life, then why are we here?
Exactly.
If I like,
Exactly. And you know what? I like Bose because I think she stirs Kyle up a little bit because Kyle got her
yeah.
ass over to that house, to
Oh, ran
Bose's
over to that
house.
house. She's like,
And
ooh,
she
this
was
is.
walking up them stairs. She said, I think Bose like misunderstands me. No, baby. I don't think she misunderstands you. I think she got it.
I
Okay.
think Kyle was like, let me go do some PR, kind of like clean
Mm-hmm.
this up with the new girl.
100%. I said, "Oh, baby, you got Kyle shook, and she can't explain her way out of this shit with Bose, and that
Yeah.
rattles Kyle." And it's just so funny because Bose is just sitting there, and she's like, "Oh, oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay."
Yeah.
Now, I will say this: I also think Bose is good for the group because while I don't love the conversations that went down when Garcelle was trying to explain how Dorit made her feel last year with like some of her comments and stuff,
Yeah.
Bose got to the center of it really quickly, and where I was like, oh my God, I kind of see a path forward. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, I said it online. I don't blame Dorit for when Garcelle was like, but how are you? Do you care? I'm not
Yeah.
doing this with you, okay? I don't mind Garcelle, but I would be like, yeah, she would have gotten her head bit off by me too, because I would have been like, bitch, what?
Like,
But
I'm
Bose,
cussing out this one.
uh,
You I'll deal with later.
yes,
Uh,
Bose and Garcelle had a conversation. She said, well, what is it with you and Dorit? You know what I mean? And
mhm.
Garcelle finally said, she goes, I feel like we have 2 steps forward and then we take so many steps back. And Bose is like, okay, and why? You know what I mean? She's getting to the root of it. And where I'm like, I felt like Garcelle, she can and she still does. I said this when Lisa Rinna left. They're like, who's going to be messy? I said, it can be Garcelle. She has that messiness in her. It can
Oh,
be
for sure.
Garcelle, but we need to come up off Sutton a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. We need to
Mhm.
focus on the mess. We need to come off Sutton. And she kind of did that with like PK texts her, but don't tell Sutton, tell somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
just one of those things. We need to shake up the dynamics. I love that Bose is not fucking with
It just
Sutton.
needs more people. It just needs more people too. It needs more. We need more bodies.
What do you think of Erica Jane? Like, what do you like
I would not be shocked if this is like
her
her
last season?
on the way out. Like we're redecorating your pool house. I don't under.
Like, what?
Yeah, I don't.
I was sitting there. I was
I mean, it is
packing
a really cute, like,
and
well, it's
very
a
cute.
bungalow, right? It's a
Beautiful
bungalow inside.
gowns.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Yeah.
gowns.
It's cute. But this is an entire, there's got to be something else. I would like to see her like dating. Why
I would
wouldn't that
like
be a storyline?
I would like to see her dating too, but I don't think she's going to show us her dating because of everything with Tom. I think she's finally separated
Oh,
herself
yeah.
from the Tom of it all. And she even said, I'm never getting married again. I'm never doing that again. And
Mhm.
I completely understand that. But
Yeah.
I only got one
Yeah.
divorce under my belt and I said, I'm never doing it again. But,
Yeah.
I don't, Erica does this thing. I think I love Erica's relationship. I love her kind of neutrality right now because she
Mhm.
she is kind of in a good space with everybody,
Yeah.
right? She doesn't have any beef, and so I really think that she could do more with that. But then when it comes to the after shows and the Watch What Happens lives, then Erica's like talking her shit, and I'm like, girl, what?
Yeah.
No, I need you to do. I need no,
Yeah. We need it on the
no.
show. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We have just enough time now for
Mhm.
bitch about it. B, do you have anything to bitch about? Anything?
Well, honestly, I was just the TikTok situation.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, obviously, I just everybody freaking out, but like I said, it's since we've been on here, it's back. I was really hoping though for a TikTok rule ban. I know, listen, I Love all the creators that have been found ways to make money on it. Listen,
Mhm.
can't, I respect the hustle. I just need people to go outside and talk to their neighbors, talk to other people, go touch grass, read books, things like that. Because it's just an app. And it's just
Well,
another,
yeah,
and whatever is left of that app after Donald Trump gets his hands on it with his little
mhm,
billionaire buddies, it is not
mhm.
going to look recognizable
It's
and it's not
not.
going to be something that you would want to be on. But yeah, I was really hoping for an actual band because I need those hours of my life back. I'm just as, listen, I'm fake as fuck too. I'm like, yeah, band it, but tonight I'm gonna be laid up in bed. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I want I want my life back.
No,
That's what
100%. 100%. I have found myself disengaging and on TikTok at times when I'm like, this is not,
Mhm.
it's not good.
Yeah,
But I agree with you. Whatever is left of it, it is for no matter what, it's back up or whatever, it is changed. It's gonna be
yeah,
different.
it's
You
gonna
know
be
what I
different.
mean? And
Yeah,
it's not gonna be what it was. So
yeah.
for me, I'm sorry. I have to bitch about I live in the Midwest. We got
Hmm.
snowmageddon. So
Oh yeah, how was
we
that?
got dumped on about
Uh-huh.
2 weeks now. It was like 2 weeks to the day now.
Yeah,
And I'm
uh-huh.
still looking at mounds of snow outside. So my bitch about it is going to be these city officials, specifically the ones the city of St. Louis. The way y'all had these side streets looking, ice skating rinks. People could not get to work. People could not park their cars. Cars were parked
Can
in
I
the middle
skate?
of the street. Cars were parked in the middle of the street. And they're sitting here talking about, we didn't know how bad it was. Did you?
Did you?
Why not? It's quite literally your job to know how bad it was. You did not prepare. You set us up for failure. I tried to go to my new house the other day. I almost couldn't get there. Okay. There was not a break that could help me. I got there on a prayer, right? That's
Mm,
it. Not even my own driving skills. The way they mounted this snow up on the blocking entire lanes, turning lanes.
mm.
No, y'all got to do something, okay? Do something. I don't care if you got to get out there in the snow and the plow yourself. Put it
I
to
love
the side.
the snow the first day, but once it turns into the sludge, that's when I'm like, all right. Once it's
See,
brown,
it was so bad. I mean, because we got snow, then we got ice, then we got more snow on top of the ice. It literally just looked like a ice snow like cream pie. Like it was ridiculous. It was so bad. And the way they left these side streets and like people, it's bad when like employers are like, nah, y'all just work
stay
from
in.
home. Yeah. You know what I mean? I run the bar. We didn't open one day because we were just like this ain't worth
S-
it.
Stay home and drink.
Yeah, this ain't worth it. Nobody's coming out. Nobody's nothing. But
Yeah.
oh God. Okay, B, please tell the people where they can find you.
I'm on Instagram. I am on TikTok too. Unfortunately, like y'all. I'm Pet Shop Boy on pretty much everything. I think I'm the Pet Shop Boy on TikTok. I don't know. Yeah, I'm easy to find. But
Yeah,
Pet
you
Shop Boy
are.
on Instagram, you can find everything there. And I've got the podcast B list with Pet Shop Boy. That's always fun.
Hmm.
I hope you're gonna be on soon. I
Oh,
hope
of course, of course,
we can talk about that. But yeah, I'm just doing
of
my
course.
thing. I hate it here sweatshirts. That's really
Oh,
great.
I know. Oh, I love them. I love them.
Got those. And yeah, I'm just talking my shit on Instagram. I'm
Mhm.
so excited for a few things this year. I'm excited. There's a couple of bright spots in an otherwise dark year. Like I'm looking forward to Summer House coming out. I'm actually
I am
looking
too.
forward to Real Housewives of Atlanta coming back. I
I
have
meant
high
to ask you what
hopes.
you were. I'm
I don't know. I saw
cautiously
that little
optimistic.
preview of Portia, and I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm coming from a place of yes.
Okay.
Not everything can be shitty, y'all. We gotta have something. But I think Summer House is gonna be really good. So I'm
I
looking
do
forward to
too.
a couple shows. Yeah.
I think so too. And y'all already know where you can find me on Instagram, Who Asked Zell, Who Asked Me Podcast, all the places. Y'all know where to find me. Okay, we'll talk to y'all later.